If you take something from a man like him, and suppose he's an old man and if he dies and you don't get to give back this needle, what will you do? You will be dead forever. Taking a needle from a guru, why did you take it? You should not receive anything from a man like him.
And old men who are like over 50 years of age, riding two horses, standing, two horses galloping at full speed, standing on the two horses and riding like this, people fall off and they're such wild creatures, displaying their skills with sword and bows and arrows. How Guru Gobind Singh created the army. They're still in the same mode, same kind of clothing, same kind of weapons, same kind of attitude.
For all the able people I see, everyone dreams of going to land of maple leaf right now, that we call it Canada. And when I interact with them, they have the one motive: we'll go there, we will earn in dollars and send back and adopt one of the village, build roads, all hospitals, schools. What is harm in it?
The Sikh community was born in a very certain type of historical situation. When Guru Nanak came, he did not start any particular religion. He was just a guru who gathered a large group of people around him. He did not ascribe to any particular religious tenet. He generally taught, his teaching is universal. He initiated people into certain types of meditation and devotional practices. Then, after him, another 5 gurus came. The 6th one was compelled to make it into a more integrated group because this particular part of the nation, the Punjab, one half of Punjab is now in Pakistan, one half is here. So Punjab is geographically positioned in such a place that every external invader who came into the subcontinent naturally first hit Punjab. So they forcefully tried to convert people there, and these people stood up and fought. The Khalsa was formed by Guru Gobind Singh. Guru Gobind Singh saw there is no other way, that leaving these people unorganized is not going to make things happen, so he established like a proper religion, simple principles by which they will live and fight. He asked every man, every Sikh man should be a soldier in his own right. Even today, Indian army is full of Sikh soldiers because that martial attitude is so deeply rooted in them. So the soldiers of Guru Gobind Singh, who are known as Nihangs, are still there. In the same way, we had the privilege of going there as guests for this particular thing, which was particularly organized for us, where the Nihangs gave a display of their martial skills. They just still live as people lived about what Guru Gobind Singh was 300 years ago, is that? About 300 years ago, how they were. They're still armed like that, they live like that, they still ride horses and they were displaying all their skills. And old men who are like over 50 years of age, riding two horses, standing, two horses galloping at full speed, standing on the two horses and riding like this, people fall off and they're such wild creatures, displaying their skills with sword and bows and arrows. How Guru Gobind Singh created the army. They're still in the same mode, same kind of clothing, same kind of weapons, same kind of attitude. A certain segment of them, I don't know what is their population, but they get initiated into this thing at a very young age and their whole life is martial. It was very, touching and interesting, and how they're in a time warp, how they stayed back in the same thing, because This was given to them as a sacred duty to protect that society at that moment. At that moment, it was a very, very relevant thing to do. If you look back and see why they became like that, there was sufficient reason for them to become the way they became. And the most incredible thing is the whole Sikh community and their temples and the gurudwaras have done what is called as kar seva, which is volunteering. Everything is on voluntary basis. The place is kept, though there are lack of people and so crowded, it is kept like really, really clean. Everything is pick and span. People taking this up as their expression of their devotion, they clean the floor with their own clothes. You know, suppose you're wearing a shawl, with this shawl you clean a particular part of the floor. Now there are 1,000 volunteers who just come up by themselves, they're not organized. You come up today and you keep one part of the floor clean. That is your sadhana for the day. So because of this, the temple is extremely clean and people are cleaning it with their own clothes, what they're wearing. Extreme sense of devotion and dedication, which is really touching, extremely, so touching and beautiful to see so many people in that level of devotion and dedication.
Guru Nanak was traveling by foot, walking from village to village, offering his teachings to people. A very compassionate and courageous man, both ways, and quite… we like him because he's not one of those all the time smiling, gentle saints. He knows when to be hard, when to be soft. Real thing. So one day, he happened to be a guest in a home of a very rich man in the area. So when he was a guest in this house for a few days. When he is leaving, he gave this man a needle, a sewing needle. He gave this needle and said, "You keep this with you. Sometime when you see me, you can give it back to me. Till then, please keep it with you." A needle, not a golden one, just a simple needle. That man took it and kept it with him. Then after the Guru left, he told his wife, "The Guru gave me a needle and I'm supposed to keep it in safekeeping and give it to him later." The wife, who was little wiser than him, usually they think they are, said, "You fool, why did you take a needle from a Guru? If you take something from a man like him, and suppose he's an old man and if he dies and you don't get to give back this needle, what will you do? You will be in debt forever. Taking a needle from a Guru, why did you take it? You should not receive anything from a man like him. What we offer is fine, never take anything from a man like him. And if he dies and goes away, you can't carry this needle to heaven and give it there. It is not possible to take the needle to heaven and return it there. So you will be in debt forever and ever and ever, and you will not be able to wash off that one karma, and it may mean 1,000 lifetimes. This is not a good thing. Just somehow find him and return it to him immediately." So the man started trekking behind the Guru. The Guru walks fast. But slowly, after a couple of months, the man caught up as to where he is. And then he said, "Oh my Guru, I don't want to carry this needle with me because just in case you're an old man, if you die, and I will be left in debt forever. And I know I cannot carry this needle to heaven and return it to you there." So, Guru Nanak said, "So you know that you can't carry this needle to heaven. You know that, right? He said, yes. Then when you know this, that you can't carry a needle, what are all these things that you're accumulating? You will not be able to carry any of that. If you can't carry a needle, definitely you can't carry anything else. Then the man got the message. He fell at his feet and he went back home, sold everything that he can sell, just kept what is needed for his family, for him and his family. And the rest, because the whole society was poverty-stricken, so he went about building whatever was needed for the well-being of the people around. All these days, people were living in poverty, he was going on accumulating. The world is a limited space. This planet is a limited resource. If each individual goes about accumulating endlessly, all that can happen is strife, all that can happen is pain. Unless every individual somewhere fixes it within himself, okay, this is my deal, beyond this I will not go. Rest of my capabilities, I will use it for everybody's well-being. If does not come in a human being, he is a disaster to himself and to the world. The disaster on this planet is not earthquake, not volcano, not a tsunami. The true disaster is human ignorance. This is the only disaster. Ignorance is the only disaster. Enlightenment is the only solution. There's really no other solution, please see. So, spiritual process, if it has to become alive, this is not about renunciation. This is just about living sensibly. Wrong words have been put by external scholars. There is no such word as renunciation in any of the Indian languages, if you don't know this. Yes? There is no such word as renunciation in Sanskrit language. It is the outside scholars who come and say, oh, this man has renounced. No, he's embraced the whole universe and you think he's renounced. That is your understanding, because you cannot think of life without possessing this one part of the planet is mine, without that you cannot live. Somebody has embraced the whole universe, so he did not think he has to gather it because all the stars belong to him. The whole galaxy belongs to him. He did not think it is necessary for him to gather something and keep it in his bag or in his bank. It did not arise, it did not occur to him. This is not renunciation. So understanding life from an inner perspective, not from an objective sense, because objectively whatever you perceive is only good enough for survival. You need a subjective perception of life.
Sadhguru, I belong to land of 5 rivers, and now wherever I go there, for all the able people I see, everyone dreams of going to land of maple leaf right now, that we call it Canada. And when I interact with them, they have the one motive, we'll go there, we will earn in dollars and send back and adopt one of the village, build roads, all hospitals, schools. What is harm in it? Then I see soldiers, farmers, social activists, teachers who are working at grassroots level. So if I get opportunity, because in IIT we will get some good opportunity to go abroad and earn Canadian dollars or work here, and whatever we can contribute in the tax, that is quite minuscule as compared to the funding which we get from abroad. Which route should I take?
Oh. I'm not saying you should not go abroad. If you think you're going to learn something better there, acquire some more skills, then you can gather here. If there are possibilities, or even if you're going to work there, but don't think in terms of you'll earn dollars, then come back and build your village. That's a long shot. Actually, what we need in this country is not necessarily dollars. What we need in this country is a corruption-free, clear, focused and dedicated people. That's what we're missing. Money is there. We don't really need money from outside, really. It is just that we are constantly busy working against each other at so many levels, okay? Our energies are simply spent throwing things at each other all the time. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just turn on one of the English news channels and watch in the evening. How much energy is simply wasted, simply saying rubbish against each other endlessly. And slowly we are losing all sense of civilization in this argument. We think we are debating. No, we are just shouting abuses at each other and think we are debating. A debate means to explore, to use two brains instead of one to explore something. That is a debate. Not simply throwing things at each other is not debate. We can as well throw stones at each other. Instead of hurling abuses, at least it'll end soon. So this is going on, immense waste of energy, no cleanliness. When I say no cleanliness, I mean, a whole lot of people are simply innocent of integrity. They're not corrupt, they're just innocent of integrity. They don't know what it is. Because we are a nation who are not controlled by any moral code. Nobody told us, thou shalt not do this or that. Nobody told us. But in this culture, we managed ourselves by constantly stirring up human consciousness in every generation. Well, you also come from the land of gurus, because the idea is to stir up human consciousness rather than give you a set of morals to follow. Because morals can be subverted by anybody. But when it arises within you, it's a natural expression of who you are. So, this has been the process. But over a period of time, because of invasions and occupations, this system of transmitting consciousness or invigorating human consciousness, those systems have largely collapsed. So this process of what shall I do? Should I go there and send dollars? If you are going there to pursue something, it is fine. If you think there is some form of skill or education or knowledge or even a profession which is not available here, you want to go there, it is fine. But you are going there to make dollars and send it back, please don't waste your life like that. There is so much to be done here. If you have integrity, why I'm focusing on integrity is, this has been a scarce thing. Whether it is politics or any profession, including spirituality, unfortunately, one ingredient that is really weak in India right now is integrity. If you think you have integrity, please stay in India. We don't want one more to escape.
I will say.